Hello, everybody, and welcome to your reading. Which chakra is trying to speak to you and why? There is a message coming from your spirit, from your energy, to try to help you out, to see why you're blocked or why something isn't happening or why you're feeling a certain way about something. So look at the different shapes there before you and decide which one is really calling to you, because aside from the message from the cards, the shape that you're most drawn to also reflects something about you and your energy and your soul. So I will start with the Tetrahedron. There are timestamps listed for all of them below. Hello to everybody who felt drawn in to the tetrahedron. So the tetrahedron has 4 faces to it, okay? And so one of the faces is the base, and then we have the 3 faces that create the pyramid. And so this is very significant about you and the 4 different elements: fire, water, earth, and air. All right, your elements, what your sun sign is, that's your base, that's your foundation. Okay, and then the other elements add to you. So you are somebody who, it's even like if it doesn't show up in your natal chart, it comes through like your DNA, your bloodline. You have like very balanced water, fire, earth, air energy, okay? And when those parameters of the 4, the balance of the 4, get out of balance in your energy field, then you really feel off, okay? So for you being attracted to the tetrahedron, you're somebody who requires utter balance at all times, okay? And you are somebody who truly can harness and direct all 4 elements, all 4 energies. Like those of you familiar with Avatar: The Last Airbender, you guys would be the Avatar, okay? Able to bend all 4 elements. And some of you right now are in a process of discovering and awakening certain faces, aspects, okay? These faces and aspects are the different elements. All right, and that's what's going on right now for you guys. And in geometry, the tetrahedron is also known as the triangular pyramid. Is a polyhedron composed of 4 triangular faces, 6 straight edges, and 4 vertex corners. All right, so the numbers of 4 and 6 are significant to you guys. Maybe some of you are a life path 4 or a life path 6 in numerology. Look into that. Also, right now, you may be working with the energy of the 4 and the 6, which would lead me to the heart chakra and the 3rd eye chakra. Okay, so all of that coming through with the tetrahedron. So let's pull a chakra card and see what comes out there. All right, we have the solar plexus coming through, and this is responsibility, self-discipline, empowerment, reliability, and fulfillment. So this is the chakra that is calling to you, okay? And it's interesting that this is card 20, because with the 4 and the 6 that we're getting from the tetrahedron, that led me to the heart chakra and the 3rd eye chakra. And now we get, you know, the 2, which is these 2 different chakras, but something is amiss here in the solar plexus. And this is about boundaries. This is also about knowing worth and value, and also disciplining self. And that means, like, let's just say you smoke cigarettes and you know that they're bad for you and you want to stop, and you finally say, you know what, I need to do this. The self-discipline then would be where you put it down and you don't pick it back up no matter what. You give yourself no excuse, no reason why it's okay to pick that back up, because you've decided to set it down. Even though it is very hard, it is very challenging initially, You hold true to you. Your worth is more important than the addiction to those cigarettes, okay? And that's just an example because that's what I'm feeling with this card. For those of you that were attracted to the tetrahedron, is there's something that's trying to grow in your life here. But there's blockage in the heart chakra to be open to receive, and there's blockage in the third eye to see things for fully what they are, okay? And this is about when the responsibility comes through, this is your solar plexus saying you have the power and the strength to make change for your betterment, for your highest good, no matter what it is that must be changed, must be let go of, or staying motivated, staying on task, staying on point, whatever it is, it's different for each of you. But you know what that thing is. You know what your solar plexus is talking about. And some of you, this is about having boundaries. It's like, you know what? I'm tired of having a good heart. I'm tired of getting hurt, getting used, getting abused. And this would be where your solar plexus is saying, you know, keep everybody at an arm's distance as an acquaintance, being kind and pleasant as you can be until you really, really learn them. Don't get so taken by their charms, their wonderful personality, their warm energy, okay? Keep people at an arm's distance as an acquaintance energy as you learn them, as you get to know them, because when you stand in more of that observatory state around people, especially new people, you're going to notice a lot of different things about them that you would otherwise overlook or dismiss. That's the blockage in the third eye, because the heart is feeling, because there's things about them that are joyful, are charming. It pulls you in, okay? And when somebody has shown you more than one time, because you know people screw up, right? So everybody gets a chance when they make a mistake, right? That's only fair because we all make mistakes. But when somebody is continually making the same mistake over and over and over, that's not a mistake, that's a choice. And regardless of personal attachment towards that person, when you see that that's their lifestyle choice, that's when you have to go to that solar plexus energy and draw upon that personal strength and empowerment and put those boundaries down, put them in place, because you deserve better than that. And when we don't do that, that's when we start getting taken advantage of over and over and over again. Let somebody show you their true colors before you fully open yourself up to them. So let's pull some more cards. Okay, so we have Taurus, I have. And Jupiter, abundance. Yeah, see, you are such a beautiful energy. Okay, you are. And we got 7, and then we got 14. 2 times 7 would be 14, right? 14 would go down to a 5. 5 is all about challenges and changes. And so right now you're in a process where you feel the challenge because there's something that has to change in your life somehow, some way, because this, I have the abundance. You deserve to have this abundance because of who you are. And then, you know, number 7 is 7th house. 7th house is all about relationships. So I feel for most of you, this is about relationships and learning boundaries, and also forcing others to take responsibility and accountability for themselves, for their actions, and not being afraid to let go, to move on, to walk away from them if they're not willing to do that. Because you can't love somebody into respecting you, unfortunately. The way people treat us, the way in which we accept from them. If somebody knows that they can just do whatever and they can, you know, always come back in it doesn't matter, then that's always going to be the choice they make, because who doesn't want their cake and to eat it too, right? But with somebody where they know they're not going to get away with all that, they're not going to try to pull that. Okay, so we have the Ace of Winter. Don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately. Amazing new ideas that should be implemented. See, the Ace of Swords here through this Ace of Winter in this particular deck is all about that clarity in the mental body, where you realize like you have the power, you have the strength, and you determine who's going to treat you how, okay? And if they are disrespectful, they are not reliable, they're not supportive, they let you down, and they always have one excuse after the next, those are all red flags. That is what a red flag is behaviors like that. And when that's consistent in somebody, that's who they are. At least that's who they are to you. And your solar plexus is really wanting you to take notice of these things and put your foot down and implement any sort of changes that need to take place so this doesn't happen, because you deserve more. I mean, you got this abundance going on. 10 of Autumn. Take steps to ensure the financial security of your children and other loved ones, making wise investments or planning for retirement, honoring family traditions. So the 10 of Autumn would be the 10 of Pentacles, right? So that goes back to this Taurus energy of I have, which is second house, and to this Jupiter energy of abundance. There is so much around you energetically that wants to come in because you deserve that. Who you are, what you give, what you do, who you be, all of that is trying to come in. You deserve it. But it's like we've got to recognize this message in solar plexus about personal responsibility, boundaries, empowerment, self-worth, and forcing others into taking accountability and responsibility for their actions and not letting it slide out of fear of the relationship dissolving. You need to worry about your mental and emotional preservation. When any sort of relationship just gets to become too draining, too stressful, you're always anxiety, you're always wondering where you stand, what's going on, then that is detrimental to your mental and emotional health, truly, truly. And then stress breaks down the physical body, and then you feel like crap. And then every experience that's negative that happens, it's just like it adds on and on and on, and it's just so painful. And man, I have been there. Yeah, look at you. Look at you coming through as this Queen of Wands energy. And you know what? Going back to the four sides or the four faces of the tetrahedron, that's why people attract to you and want so much from you. Okay? It's because your energy is delicious. There is just something about the way you vibrate, your frequency, the way you do things. Okay? Your energy is very attractive. Knight of Swords. But see, like, look at that. It attracts in, like, I want to get what I want to get. And you're so good-hearted and kind. It's like, I want to trust and give to everybody until they give me a reason not to. But then by the time they give you a reason not to, you're very emotionally invested. The Hierophant. The Emperor. Yeah, see, that personal empowerment. And the Ten of Wands. Yeah, you carry way too many burdens that are not yours to bear, truly, truly. And your energy, I just feel like you're somebody who always has the right advice, who always has the spare money, who always is there, like people can count on you, that you're not going to let them down. Like people look at you and they know that you're somebody who really cares, and that you're somebody who can get things done, and that you're dependable, and that they can count on you. Like people see this about you, and you often feel invisible, but no, they do see this about you. And that's why they come in and hand you this 10 of Wands, fix my problems, and then leave you feeling high and dry, or just pushed to the back burner when you were super important 5 minutes ago. It's because your energy is very healing. It's very activating. It's very uplifting. And the way that you are and the way that you care is something quite special. That's that magic about your energy that I'm feeling. But you've got to understand that even though somebody could love you for that, if there's no boundary and they feel like they could just come and go and take as they please, that is how they are going to treat you, even when there is caring in the heart, because it takes somebody who is a bit awakened and evolved, you know. And there's plenty of people out there who are that, right, where they appreciate somebody on the value that they bring into their life. And it's not, oh, what I can get from you. It's their presence, it's their personality, and they recognize the mind and the heart within them. Okay, there are definitely awakened and evolved people out there that will see you and appreciate you for the beautiful ray of sunshine that you are, and don't want to take from that. They want to help, you know, support that. They like to see you shine. Okay, there are people in this world that are that, but there's also a lot of people who are not awakened and not evolved, and they want to have their cake and they want to eat it too, and they're going to take what they can with as minimal responsibility as possible. Okay, and no, that's not fair, but you have the power to lay those boundaries down and not put up with that, and really pay attention to those red flags. Do some meditation. There's a lot on YouTube for solar plexus healing, because when you're strong there, then your heart space is open, your third eye is open, you see things for exactly what they are, and they can't overpower you because your solar plexus is strong, and your emotions won't get the better of you because your solar plexus is strong. All right, so look at this. We've got renewal, reflection, self-evaluation, and rebirth. This is the Judgment card. So yeah, you have the power to change whatever this dynamic is that you're experiencing in a very specific relationship or in multiple relationships. And it's about you recognizing your self-worth and your personal empowerment. And as you assert that, you know, there may be some pushback against that. Like, I don't want to deal with that. I'm not used to that from you. Stand your ground, because if they truly, truly love you and value you, they're going to shift their energy to conform to the way they should have been treating you all along. Okay? And those who are only there to, you know, take as they please, they might disappear. And if they disappear, even though it might hurt, that's something that is actually a blessing. Because if somebody's really not on your side, on your team, doesn't really care about you, doesn't care about the way they behave, the way it impacts you, those aren't your people. As much as you may love them and care about them, they're not. And you deserve better than that. And Spirit's trying to bring that in, and that's why your solar plexus is speaking. Leo, self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. Yeah, you've got to be loyal to yourself first and foremost. Always, always, always. That's not selfish. That's not egotistical. That is self-preservation. That is self-love. Is this good for me? Is this person toxic? You know, what are their motivations? That's all about self-love. That's not being ego or anything. There's nothing wrong with assessing what's right or wrong for you, regardless of history, attachment, etc. Okay, if somebody's not doing you right, they're not doing you right, and it cuts you off from your self-esteem, from your confidence, from your self-empowerment. House 2, so we go back to Taurus. Physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. So we got the self-worth coming in again, but also as you know you, and you love you, and you are asserting yourself in a different way than you are, it's like more abundance is going to come into your world, okay? Because as you accept less than you deserve from people around you, it does, you know, slow the abundance of other things. You deserve a lot. And look at, you got Jupiter again. So you got the Taurus and Jupiter energy coming through strong. Grow and expand. Don't be afraid to lose anybody who can't hear you out, who can't give you more love, respect, more time, more energy. It's not a loss. It's really not, because you deserve more than that. And there's so much abundance. And, you know, I'm getting all this creativity. You got the Queen of Wands, this rebirth. You know, those of you that have a special talent or ability, it's time to really tap into that and focus on that and believe in yourself in that, because you will go far. You will make a career out of this with all this money, cards and energy coming through. Believe in yourself. Drop the relationships that make you doubt and believe yourself. Peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy, and that includes people around you and low self-talk or anything like that, because this peace is what you deserve. And I'm telling you, you guys have some special gift, talent, and ability here that is meant to be shared with the whole world, and you're meant to make some money at it. You absolutely are. All right. It's just right now you're being directed to know your worth, your value, and not settle for any less anywhere in your life. All right. So those are your messages. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Hello to everybody who felt drawn to the Merkaba. So the Merkaba is two tetrahedrons intersecting each other, all right? And the tetrahedron right here has 4 faces to it, all right? The base, its foundation in which it sits on, and then the 3 faces in which create the pyramid. So you've got that going on times 2, which means you are somebody who is got special power with all 4 of the elements, earth, fire, water, air. But also this goes deeper into your spirit, into your soul. Right now, you are really transforming, awakening, activating at a spiritual level. All right, because Merkaba is, Mer is for light, Ka is for spirit, and Ba is for body. Okay, so there's major transformation happening for you guys at this time. You know, there's this activation of the light body, and it's transformational. This feels more spiritual, like the chakra message coming through has to do with your spiritual transformation, your awakening, your knowing. So let's pull a chakra card here and see what comes out. All right, not surprised. We've got the third eye, intuition, trust, insight, awareness, guidance. So you are experiencing this activation in the third eye. And because of that, some of you may be getting just like weird headaches, You see like sparkles out of the corners of your eyes. Okay. You are noticing, some of you are seeing the energy around people, plants, all objects, because whether, you know, there's consciousness within it or not, everything is energy. So everything is emitting that energy, and you are starting to pick up on that. And also through that, your empathy grows deeper, your intuition grows stronger, and some of you may actually be awakening to psychic ability, claircognizance, clairsentience, clairvoyance. All right. Yeah. Or also, some of you could be energy workers. This is spiritual. For those of you guys attracted to the Merkaba, there's a spiritual awakening, and it's an activation in your third eye. And you know, you may also have some really bizarre dreams. All right, let's pull some more cards. Okay, so we have the 11th house with friends and Aquarius. I know, wow. Aquarius is the ruler of the 11th house, okay? So this message goes two ways. Some of you are definitely awakening to the fact, or you do know, and you're about to have a huge expansion, to the fact that you are here to help anchor in the light codes of the Aquarian age. We've shifted out of the Piscean age, and we are moving into the Aquarian age. And so all the light codes and energy and landscape of the Piscean age must be torn down. And that's why there's all this big shift and craziness happening amongst the world. All this shifting in consciousness is because the Piscean light codes are dissipating and the Aquarian light codes are strongly anchoring in. And many of you who are attracted to the Merkaba, you are instrumental in this. Okay, I mean, this is spiritual. Every one of you has a spiritual gift, and you are either awakening to that, or you are about to have a huge expansion to that knowing already. And I do feel that you guys are working with other collectives outside of this 3D realm with this 11th house of friends. Okay, in the Aquarius energy, I know, like, you have a lot of assistance from collective outside of 3D reality of the collective of humanity. Okay, some of you again could identify as starseed, lightworker, indigo, crystal. It's just, you know that you're made a little bit differently, like you feel like you're cut from a different cloth, and this is a big validation of that. That's also the Aquarian energy, marching to the beat of your own drum, being a different frequency that most people are not used to, because you are here to bring a new way of thinking, a new way of perceiving. And as you expand and shift within yourself, within your energy, you create that availability of consciousness shifting for the rest of the collective, because you are putting it out there, you are vibing, and others like you are on that same level, that same frequency. And so as you guys are vibing, just doing you, just being you, okay, you create that choice in the collective consciousness of humanity to go up higher, to vibe higher. All right, let's pull more cards. And if you're like, did I click the right reading? Like, this is just way beyond me and the way I think and feel. You might be led to this reading because you're about to have an awakening like you have never experienced, a shifting in consciousness and perception. And you're like, okay, all right, I see. Because for me, like, that's how it happened. I was living one life, one way. I was Christian, you know, very entrenched in that belief system and everything that comes along with that. And then kind of out of nowhere, I started to awaken and expand, and it was like almost beyond my control. And I feel for some of you, like that's about what's to happen, is this awakening is coming on, and it's really going to fundamentally change who you are. It's tapping you into your soul, into your true spirit. Queen of Autumn, generous, stylish, gracious, practical. Be practical with respect to how you proceed. The ability to make anything more beautiful. Meeting somebody who can help your dreams come true. All right. So yeah, this spiritual expansion is also coming into your physical realm and how you present yourself in your profession, what you're reaching for, what you're wanting. And some of you, you are going to have a spiritually based practice, earning income with your gift here. All right, look at this, Ace of Winter. Don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately. Amazing new ideas that should be implemented. And this would be the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is all about breakthroughs, revelation, major clarity, right? And that's exactly what's happening to you. And it's deeply spiritual. Again, each and every one of you have a spiritual purpose and mission beyond just your own soul growth. This life journey, you have partnered with other collectives to anchor in light codes of new ideas, new ways of being, new perceptions. Some of you have really good ideas for different inventions of things. You need to get yourself out there. You need to believe in that. Okay, each and every one of you have a very special purpose in accordance with spirit and the shifting of bringing in the Aquarian age energy. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Judgment. It's time. It's time to awaken, or it's time for a major expansion. Three of Wands. Yeah, see, it's time. Five of Pentacles. Six of Swords. Ace of Cups. Nice. See, those are some beautiful cards. And you know what? We'll take this one because this is the High Priestess. And she kind of flipped up a little bit. I saw her. So we'll take her because of what we're talking about. We'll give you guys 6. Because look at that. The third eye is the 6th chakra up, right? So yeah, we'll take 6 cards because that's what she represents right there. I love that synchronicity, spirit. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, it is time. And with this Five of Pentacles, this represents a number of things. Some of you may feel like your spiritual gift, talent, and ability, like you would never be able to make enough money at that. And Spirit's like, yes, you will. Okay, some of you are afraid to fully embrace this or accept this aspect of you because you don't want to be rejected, pushed away by friends, family, etc. Okay, and just so you guys know, as I mentioned, I was like Christian most of my life until about 30 when just my consciousness changed entirely. And when I began to really open up to my spiritual self and like chakras and Reiki, tarot cards and all of that, I had a lot of people disown me and walk away from me and tell me, oh, you're the devil, you're this, you're that, you know. And it was hard, but now, you know what, it's all right because my life is much better now than it ever was back then, and I'm far more accountable for myself, my thoughts, my emotions, my energy, my actions when something triggers me and the way I react and respond to that. Like, I am so aware of myself in a way that I never had before. that I wouldn't want to change that for anything, because it's improved my relationships. It's improved my life. It allows me to give way better advice. It allows me to really tune in and tap into other people and their emotions and their thoughts and what they're going through and feel that, so I understand that. I didn't have any of that before. And so for you guys, any sort of fear of loss, rejection, it won't be enough. Let that go, because look at you. You're moving on to the greatest happiness of your whole life. And I will tell you, being tuned in with my spirit, my soul, and allowing myself to move and act and respond from that space has brought me more happiness and abundance and joy and peace and harmony than anything else. And it doesn't just come through, having material things. It comes through just this peace of mind, of soul, just feeling the way that you vibe with all that is, and knowing your purpose. Oh, yes, you guys are going to find your greatest heart's desire on the other side of this awakening that you're going through. Okay, and Spirit really wants you to know that, and you're activating. So do, a lot of things, like meditation, energy balancing. There's a lot to choose from on YouTube, or go see a Reiki master, or just, do a search of, different third eye exercises, because you're having a huge activation and expansion in that chakra at this time. Page of Earth. Studious, prepared, cheerful. Yeah, see, you coming through as the page means you're just brand newly awakening to this gift, your spirituality, all of that. Or you are about to have such an expansion that you feel all brand new in all of it. Okay, so that's beautiful, and it's solid coming through as the page. This is the next leg of your journey. All right, let's pull some more cards. Aquarius. Oh my gosh, look at all of this Aquarius energy. Originality, philanthropy, and progressive imaginings. See, that is the words that could describe you. All right, this Aquarius energy is so strong, which, some of you very well could be an Aquarius. But yeah, this is just further confirmation that you guys are here to anchor the Aquarian light codes into the collective consciousness of humanity. All right, House 7, profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partners. There are people that are going to come in that are your true soul tribe, that are going to meet you on the other side of this new awakening or this great expansion. And air. Aquarius is air energy, open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. Yeah, see, you're in a phase of learning right now with that air, and some of you may be learning a lot through different relationships, okay, in the physical realm, because Aquarius is about that socializing and social interaction. So some of you are learning this this expansion or this awakening through other relationships. Like somebody in your life is going to bring this knowledge to you, or this expansion to you. Others of you, this is the other collectives that are working with you, and they're helping expand you, and they're telling you, we're going to bring in people who are like you, that carry the Aquarian age light code strongly as you do, and they'll be your soul tribe, and you'll have a sense of belonging, okay? And you guys will further grow and expand each other in a very, very positive way. Worry. See, and I see that there. Yeah. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. It just makes the waiting period is so much more uncomfortable, okay? Don't worry so much. Everything is truly working out in your highest good here. It is. You are having this beautiful spiritual awakening and discovering who you truly are and why you're here and your purpose and all of that. And others of you are going to have such a great expansion to the awareness, the gift that you already possess, so much so that you feel all brand new in it. Okay, like, wow, I thought I knew a lot, but now I'm like, whoa, there's just this whole other dimension to be discovered, to be understood, to expand me and transform me even further and allow me to bring even more of that Aquarian age light code into the earth plane. All right, so those are your messages for those of you that felt drawn into the Merkaba. I am sending you guys lots of love and light. Take care. Hello to everybody who felt drawn into the Dodecahedron. So this is going to go a little bit deep for you guys because this, to me, the reason why you were drawn into the Dodecahedron is because this is a point in your life where it's time for a major breakthrough, like a big manifestation. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information about the dodecahedron here. In geometry, the dodecahedron is any polyhedron with 12 flat faces. The most familiar dodecahedron is the regular dodecahedron with regular pentagons as faces, which is a platonic solid. There are also 3 regular star dodecahedra, which are constructed as stellations of the convex form. So what's special about the dodecahedron is while the regular dodecahedron shares many features with other platonic solids, one unique property of it is one can start at a corner of the surface and draw an infinite number of straight lines across the figure and return to the original point without crossing over any other lines. Okay, so you guys, you got some magic about you. Okay, and with the platonic solids, the tetrahedron is the representation of fire, the octahedron is the representation of air, the hexahedron is the representation of earth, the icosahedron is the representation of water, and the dodecahedron is the representation of the ether, of where it all begins, right? Where all things come into form. So there is magic about you, and you need to know that you are meant to manifest, like you are the magician in my mind. Okay, so let's pull a chakra card here and see what's going on, because you have the connection into the ethers, which, you know, is the ability to manifest with all like 4 elements, but at a higher level, the level of the magician, of the magi. I was like, what is that noise? But somebody outside is like starting a motorcycle. I'm sorry if you heard that. It's kind of freaking me out. I'm like, what's going on in my house? Oh, it's outside. It's just rumbling my floor. Interesting that I say that when you got the root chakra coming through. Home, shelter, safety, nurturing, warmth. Okay, so you're not feeling much like the magician as you come to this read. Okay, there are moments in your life where you have definitely experienced that magic, but you almost feel like you are not in control of that. Okay, and as I was saying, like, oh, my floor is being rattled, there's a lot that's happened that's really threatened your stability, your security, your safety. So your root chakra is out of balance, which is causing everything else to be out of whack, to where you may feel emotional, you feel disempowered, you don't feel super connected into your intuition, you find yourself worrying, over analyzing, being stuck in the challenge, having it a hard time finding the solution, the opening door, the way out. And so what Spirit brought you to this reading for is to say, Let's focus on root chakra. Let's focus on, rerouting ourselves into the 3D reality, into the 3D plane, because you being full of all of this magic, all of this spiritual energy, okay, it gets very overwhelming for you at times. It almost feels, and I left the Merkaba here. I meant to move it away, but the Merkaba was also a very, very spiritual read. So I feel you should watch that reading as well. Like, both messages are relevant to you guys, okay, for sure. Now, those people who just watched the Merkaba and didn't think anything about the Dodecahedron, nope, they're not meant for both. But you who picked the Dodecahedron, you are also meant to watch the Merkaba reading, okay, because you are highly, highly spiritual. And right now you are feeling so out of whack, so out of sorts. You don't think that you are, okay, you're questioning yourself, and you might even find that you are feeling a bit pessimistic, negative about things. And look at the crystals I have here: clear like the Merkaba, and then green like the fluorite. So that's also significant to me. Your heart chakra and your star soul chakra. All right. We need to work on roots, and once we're back rooted, then we need to work on those two chakras, okay? Because it's time for you to really expand, like so far beyond anything that you currently know, currently believe about yourself, about the universe, about life, about spirituality, okay? You are a prophet. You are somebody who is meant to disseminate a lot of different wisdom, different perceptions, okay? And right now your root chakra is just out of whack, and when you start there and you get yourself rebalanced or rooted in, everything else is going to start falling into place, which will give you the time to focus on the heart chakra and the star soul chakra. All right, look at this. We have the air element of communication. Yeah, see, you are meant to bring forth a lot of different wisdom, different ways of seeing things to people in your life, as well as some of you in a more public setting. And now we have Grand Cross, the provoker. And so you are at a crossroads right now. And I love that this card, it shows red, and then we're coming through as the root chakra, because there's things that have happened that, again, have really caused imbalance in your world, have provoked you. But the reason for all of this is because you are about to move into a period of great, great awakening and expansion. Okay, just as talked about in the Merkaba reading, you too are of that same energy, and you're about to have a major expansion. But we've got to root ourselves in. And sometimes, I'm very spiritual. It's easy for me to just kind of get lost in the ethers, so to speak. All right, and imagine and daydream and feel the energy and be with the spirits and all of that. Okay, but it's very important to always bring yourself back down into the 3D, because that is where you exist. That is where your work is at this time, is in the 3D realm. And it is in conjunction with the growth and expansion of your spirit, as well as the collective of humanity. But there's a message here of needing to be more focused on 3D matters, on your 3D self, taking care of yourself, not looking at like just the basic needs of living, like home, shelter, food, water, money, things like that, as burdens. Okay, because I know I've been there. It could just seem like such a waste. It's like, why does it have to be this way? Why does it have to be so hard? These things should be easy. And what Spirit's saying is, as you really focus on this root chakra healing and grounding yourself, and after you've been up in the ethers, bringing yourself back down, you're going to find that things stable out for you much, much more, because air being up in the ethers, the Grand Cross, it creates a lot of disruption here in the physical. And so you're also learning the balance, like you kind of walk between worlds. All right, let's pull some more cards. All right, so Princess of Summer, romantic, captivating, dramatic, flirtatious, falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet, the need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. Okay, so this here, this message of needing to stay grounded in a very emotional experience, that is perfect. A better way to explain it than I was about, you know, the root chakra and kind of being like lost up in the ethers. Okay, you have just this magic about you, and you know, you've got to work with the ethers and all of that to bring it down into manifestation, right? But when things are really just chaotic, it's very, very important for you to do like some sort of meditation or something to re-ground yourself, because once you're in that space, then you have all your wits about you, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and you make really great decisions, and things are better able to manifest for you. All right, look at this. We got the Princess of Winter, inquisitive, truthful, realistic, undiplomatic, information that can help you, but which may also be difficult to hear, speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo child or an adult. So this is a confirmation of your deeper spiritual nature, indigo child or adult. I mean, that could expand into starseed, lightworker, etc. Okay, but this information that can be that can help you, but which may be difficult to hear right now. For some of you, it may seem like, no, there's no way, that it's just my root chakra. It's so much more than that. And Spirit's saying start there. That's your starting point. And things will really expand. But also with this air element and communication with this Princess of Winter and truth, don't be afraid to speak the truth, even if it makes people get angry with you or try to push you away, or they don't want to hear it. Because as much as people say they want the truth, oftentimes, wow. And I just split the deck to start shuffling the tarot, and look at, as I'm saying, even though people ask to hear the truth, okay, they oftentimes they can't handle it. Okay, that's just crazy that it opened up so perfectly like that. Yeah. And you can't help that, okay? And look at the Four of Pentacles right here. Don't hold back the truth just because others can't handle your truth, because then it stays bottled up inside of you and causes harm to you. And the truth is the truth. Facts are facts, even if it hurts somebody's feelings, okay? And that's what this provoker is about. The more that you know, try to just keep the peace, etc., 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 it really throws you out of balance. Don't be afraid to express the truth, no matter what it is. The Star, Queen of Swords. See, look at all this air energy. Yeah, you are a magic manifester. Knight of Wands. And when you have your mind right and everything's balanced and in order, it's like boom, boom, boom for you. Seven of Wands. And see, that's like whatever your truth is, you are on the right path. Stand your ground and don't let anybody else pull you down or disrupt your stability and foundation. You know what you know. And the Death card. See, yeah, major time for transformation here. You have the Star that starts it and the Death card that ends it. You are awakening, you are transforming, you are shedding a skin, okay, at this time, and you are on the right path. Do not question yourself, even if others don't understand you, don't understand your journey, don't understand what you're doing, don't understand what you're talking about. It's not for them to understand. As long as you know inside, you need to follow that spark, because you are being called by something different than the average person, okay? You are spiritually gifted. You are spiritually expanded in some capacity. You are here to help anchor in the Aquarian age energies. And to go deeper into that, watch the Merkaba reading. But yeah, you have a lot to offer, a lot to communicate. And, you know, also make sure that you're truthful with yourself, okay? Don't beat yourself up. No matter what's going on, what people are doing, don't let that be a gauge of your own personal value, your worth, etc. because a lot of people are, they can't even figure it out for themselves, right? And so the way they view you and connect with you and resonate with you is truly only a projection of themselves, and vice versa, right? Don't let anybody get you down or make you question what it is you know and what you feel. And if you have to walk alone, that's all right. You will come into your tribe. You will come into your people who are like you, who will understand you, who will get you. Yes, look at that. The world. Accomplished, celebration, completion. Yes, you are definitely shedding a skin, and this beautiful awakening and expansion in your consciousness and your soul is going to be everything, okay? So much is going to make sense. You're going to understand in a way that you haven't before. This is so beautiful. All right, let's pull some more cards. Sextile, a combination of tension and flow, potential, and a rewarding situation. Yeah, see that energy for you. When things go, it just goes. But when it's not going, honestly, there's something out of whack. In your root chakra, it's like we're not connecting. There's a disconnect between the physical realm and the spiritual realm within you, all right? And it's very important that you are always very centered and balanced, since you do straddle the two worlds. House 9, spiritual growth. See, right there. Yeah, that's what's going on right now. You're going to be something totally different on the other side. House 11, and there's that Aquarian energy coming in here, which was very strong in the Merkaba. Friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. You are going to come into union with your soul tribe, with people who are like you, with people who get you, with people who understand you, with people who understand like you do and stand for the same things that you do, okay? Who are also flush with Aquarian light codes to anchor into the earth plane. Guilt. I release any belief that no longer assists in my soul growth. Whatever you feel guilty about, whatever sort of like lower vibrational energy that you harbor, this is Spirit saying, let that go. Let it go. I release any belief that no longer assists my soul growth, because this guilt is attached to old energies, old situations that you are now transforming out of. Okay, and you are blossoming into something new, and this guilt will not fit in that energy, and it will no longer even be a part of you, because, you know, as you grow and transform, you grow beyond your pain, you grow beyond your confusion, okay? And so whatever it is that you beat yourself up over, Spirit's saying, let that go. Don't do that. It's water under the bridge. It's time to forgive yourself and others. Let this beautiful expansion happen, and don't feel guilty for telling the truth about things. You've got to be true to your soul. And again, even if the truth hurts some feelings sometimes, it's so freeing, right? Because when somebody's passive aggressive and they don't really say what they mean, and their actions don't align to their words, and their energy is saying something else entirely, that is so messy and confusing. But when it's just like boom, 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 this is what it is, whether you like it or not, it's clean. It's a clear cut. There's not all this confusion and up and down and back and forth and craziness. So don't beat yourself up for speaking the truth. All right? So those are your messages. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Hello to everybody who chose the sphere. So there is a very specific message coming through with this. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of information about the sphere. A circle is a round object in a plane, while a sphere is a round object in space. And that's significant because a sphere is a geometrical object that is a three-dimensional analog to a two-dimensional circle. Okay, so my point in sharing that with you guys is this is a message from Spirit where we're looking at something two-dimensionally when we need to be looking at it three-dimensionally, so to speak. Okay, it's like we've got to go to another layer or another dimension. Like there's more to some relationship, confusion, challenge in your life right now than meets the eye. And it's like you're kind of experiencing it or seeing it, perceiving it in a two-dimensional way, all right, like a flat circle, when the truth is there's so much more to it, and Spirit's wanting to expand you into this different like dimension of thinking about it. Okay, and so let's pull the chakra card here and see what chakra is trying to speak to you about this and is trying to help you with this. Okay, look at this. You guys have the heart chakra, compassion, caring, empathy, acceptance, and gentleness. So this is a matter of the heart, and you're going to fall on one of two sides with this compassion. Some of you are being way too compassionate and forgiving, while others of you may not be compassionate and forgiving enough. Okay, and you have to gauge your personal situation and ask for signs and synchronicities from Spirit if you're not sure which side. But I feel for most of you, you do know where you land. Okay, so it's all about the heart chakra. The heart chakra is closed, empathy is turned off, and this may be empathy towards another person or empathy towards ourselves. Okay, because when we're being far too understanding, compassionate, and empathetic to somebody, it can be at the detriment of ourselves if they're taking and they're using and they're draining. Okay, and so some of you, it's like you don't have enough empathy, caring, compassion, boundary for self. All right, which means you're not able to see certain people or certain situations for what it really is, because you're giving too much of yourself away. Therefore, like that's a vibration. It's like I'm giving myself away, I'm giving myself into this, and you're coming from a very good place. Okay, but not everybody is deserving of as much as you have to give. And so that's why Spirit's really trying to open your heart space to yourself and take you to a higher level of perception about you and what you give and what you bring. And are you getting enough back? Are you getting enough empathy and compassion back in return? Okay, and now for others of you, it kind of goes the other way, where you're very jaded at this point. You're like, I'm done. I don't want to be hurt anymore. I don't want to go through it anymore. I just don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm done. I'm finished. Okay. And we've really cut our heart space off for good reason, not just because, oh, I'm just going to shut off my heart space just because I feel like it. No, it's because there's been a lot of hurt and harm that has come to you. And so you've closed yourself down, and there is a situation in your life, and again, this could even be towards yourself, apply it how it fits, where you need to open your heart up a bit more, kind of go from that two-dimensional, I'm used to, like, this has happened before, like this experience triggers these certain thoughts, these certain emotions within me. It's something different this time. And so Spirit's trying to raise you up into a higher space to see this person this challenge and what it represents in your life, because it's something different. In fact, for some of you, this very thing has come to be the thing that opens your heart space. And look at, I need to pull my wick up as I start your guys' reading, and look at the candle. The flame is going down because I need to pull the wick up. And if I don't, it very, very well may go out through this reading, okay? That is so synchronistic to me, all right? When you are trying to close yourself off from love, from connection, because you've been hurt, that is a very natural thing to do, to self-preserve. And sometimes we do need a period of solace so that we can heal and we can mend. But what I'm feeling is, if we totally close ourselves off to connection and love, the fire within goes out. And on the other side of that, if we're giving, far too giving and caring to others with very little regard or concern to ourselves, our inner spark, our inner light goes out. Okay, so let's pull some more cards. Wow, Spirit's gone deep in all of these reads. I just thought they were going to be simple chakra messages. No, Spirit has gone in deep and hard. Every single one. Scorpio, I transform. Yeah. Whew, this is some heavy energy. You guys have been through a lot. Even those of you that are like very, very giving, where I feel like you're giving too much to excess. You guys, your heart space, like, bless your soul for still putting yourself out there to love and to connect, because I know every one of you that were drawn into the sphere, something traumatic has happened, because Scorpio energy, 8th house, it does not play around. That's some of the most intense shit you will ever experience, along with 12th house. Okay, so I know that you guys have been through it. 4th house, roots, which has caused a lot of upheaval in your life. Who loves me? Who's on my team? Who's there for me? Some of you, it's like you didn't even have a good, strong, safe family. You didn't have a good, strong home environment growing up, okay? And what Spirit is saying to you now is, listen, you are transforming out of this. You are. I am taking you from 2D to 3D to 4D to 5D and beyond, okay? This is not your story. This is not your legacy. This is not going to be your whole life. You are in this moment of major transformation, and it starts in perception, okay, in consciousness, and then it's going to fill your heart space, and then mind and heart are going to be in harmony, which allows that great expansion of the soul. And it's like, don't let your inner spark die because you're giving too much or because you've closed yourself off. Let's find the balance. Let's find the middle. And that's what Spirit wants to show you. And it's all starting here in the heart chakra. All right, we had one fall. Yes, look at that. Justice. Take time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. Okay? And, you know, for those of you where you have a lot of hurt and pain in your heart from people abandoning you, betraying you, walking away from you, abusing you, like whatever the case may be, it's time for forgiveness. Not that you are saying, hey, what you did was totally cool and acceptable. That's not it at all. When you are forgiving, you are accepting that this has happened and this cannot be changed. It cannot be undone. And now I can only move forward, move beyond it. And if you continually hold on to it, it becomes an anchor and it keeps you stuck in this pain and doesn't allow you to transform beyond it. And it's like compassion for yourself as well as compassion for others, because we are all doing the best that we can. And people that do the most screwed up things, if they're not an outright narcissist, and I just have to say that word is thrown around so much these days, and not as many people are narcissists as are being claimed, okay? Just because they have a couple traits that could be considered narcissistic, and they seem emotionally distant, cold, whatever, it doesn't mean that they're narcissistic, okay? It doesn't. Use that term sparingly, because most people walking around do what they do because they've gone through some effed up crap, okay? And look at this, is card 8, and Scorpio rules 8th house. This is 28. There's another 8. This is also card 28. There's another 8. Okay, 8s. Things are finally coming full circle. Oh my gosh, you only have 2s and 8s out here so far. Okay, because this is 20. This is 8, 28, 28. Wow. Wow. And a 2 and an 8 is a 10, right? Completion. You are transforming. You are going to get your justice. Don't let your heart grow cold. And also, don't beg anybody to love you. Don't beg anybody to love you. Don't chase love. Don't. I know that maybe some of you grew up and were taught that, you know, you had to be perfect. You had to do this. You had to do that. No. Spirit is saying, no, you're transforming out of all of that. And it's time to focus on healing and forgiveness and allowing the major release, because you are about to change. You're coming in to some really beautiful, strong connections. And look at this, 13, the Death card, which also represents Scorpio in the tarot. Let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities. Time to move on. Yeah, it's time to release old thinking, old hurts, old patterns of behavior, old people who don't appreciate you, and also to release all of that which keeps your heart space closed. Yeah, look at that. The candle just went out. That's also part of this transformation and release. Three of Pentacles. Four of Cups. Yeah, you're over it. You're like, I'm tired of putting myself out there. Three of Wands. Like, I'm always waiting for something to return. Six of Wands. And Eight of Pentacles. Listen. This is a very natural transformation. And I do highly recommend doing a lot of meditation for heart chakra, even going to see a Reiki master to get some heart chakra healing. Okay, doing some journaling. This girl I know, she found this book. It's called The Burn Book. And maybe do a Google search to see if you can find that. I don't have personal experience with it, but she was telling me about it. It's a book that you write all these different things in about your life and different traumas to help you work through things. And when you get to the end of it, then you burn it. And it's very freeing and releasing, and so in alignment with the Scorpion energy, the Phoenix rising from the ashes, which I see that happening right now. You are doing the work to heal, to forgive, to open that heart space back up, because you are coming into your moment, into your time, into where people are going to appreciate you, value you, stick it out with you, be willing to work it out with you. Okay, you guys have had a lot of like with the Scorpio, I don't want to call it karmic energy, but it's like these soul contracts that have taught you a lot of really heavy, hard lessons. And now you've completed like that part of your journey, and it's time for like your whole experience when it comes to relationship, when it comes to connection, to shift and change. Okay, and for you to feel loved, and people actually be willing to put in the energy, the work, the effort, and you not always feel like you're just left there waiting and wondering. Like, this reading almost makes me cry. It's like the hardest part is over, you guys. It is. The Emperor. Organization, leadership, and structure. And you know what I do like about this card coming out with the Emperor being number 4 is we had this 2, this 8, and this 28 theme going on, right? And then 13 popped out. Okay, 13 would be a 4. This is 4th house. The Emperor is number 4. So that's beautiful. 2, 4, and 8. All right. 2s, energy is finally coming together for you. 4s, grace, stability coming into your life. And 8s, your justice coming to you. All right, so that is so beautiful. 2, 4s, and 8s. Any combination, Spirit will speak to you through those numbers as well. Okay, and so 2, 4, and 8 would also be your sacral chakra, your heart chakra, and then your star soul chakra. Okay, so I'm not surprised to see that sacral chakra energy coming in because it is in conjunction with your heart space. So healing on sacral, heart, and star soul chakra. Okay, there's so much free stuff to help you with that. Do a Google search, do a look on YouTube, you know, on any platform really. There's a lot of information out there to help you go look for a Reiki master in your area, read all the reviews to make sure you're getting somebody really, really good. Okay, but you are moving into that transformation of healing because it's time for your justice. It's time for a whole different experience when it comes to relationships, when it comes to connections for you guys, and sharing what you have, because you feel like every time you open up and you share, you get robbed. House 5, passive play, children, confidence, and creativity. This here, you know, encompasses like your self-confidence and your excitement, and not letting your flame diminish, not letting your flame go out. Look at that, the sun, self-expression, and embody truth. You are majorly transforming. Okay, and I love that the sun is a heart, because we're talking all about the heart chakra, right? And Cancer, nurture, comfort, and protection. And Cancer is the ruler of the 4th house. So family ties, roots, karmic energy, home environment, all being healed within yourself, okay? And you're moving into aligning with soul tribe members where you feel like you fit, you belong, they love you, they care about you, they celebrate you, and you deserve this. You do. And you know, the sun rules Leo, which is house 5. So houses 4 and 5 also coming through strong. Look into your natal chart. See what's going on in your 4th house and your 5th house with the planets and the alignments of them and what all that means, because you're in this period of transformation and breaking free of like patterns, lessons, soul contracts, all of that. Purpose. I know what I am here to do. See, you're discovering your purpose as well in a deeper way, and feeling as though you have more purpose and value with others. It's like you're really coming into yourself. And look at that. We have the sphere, right? It looks like a little earth. And what's that emperor holding in his hand right there? Like, look at that synchronicity. Yeah. The world will feel like it's in your hands. Like, you are finally in control. You are in charge. You feel organized. You feel in control of yourself, of your life, the structure. You feel balanced. And it's like all is well. The world is in your hands. Wow, that is a beautiful, beautiful. You guys have had a lot of really cool synchronicities throughout this whole reading. So I hope that you felt that, and you know that spirit talking just to you, trying to let you know, all right, this is where we've got to focus. And also the sacral and the star soul chakra. And from there, it's like you're going to have that major release and you're going to transform and everything's going to finally feel balanced out and you're going to feel a sense of purpose and belonging and feeling like you're in control of yourself, of your life, of your emotions, of your happiness. All right. So those are your messages. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care.